Heyo everybody, Haku here with my review of One Piece manga chapter 849 this week. We're really freaking close to 850. But yeah, chapter 849 review, and this one is called Bropper in Mirrorland. So I did think we had a nice jump cover with all the different famous Shonen Jump characters dressed up as the One Piece characters. That was pretty cool. But really, this cover art for the chapter itself, I love it. With Brook and Nami, it was probably my favorite of the request pieces. Like, it was really, really cool. So starting off the actual chapter proper, we have the Vinsmokes, and they note that Reiju is missing, and Sanji is going to live on Germa after the wedding. Now this is of course because they need to use Pudding as collateral in case Big Mom wants to do something sketchy with the Alliance, which is why bringing it up that Big Mom does the marriages for the alliances, and way back when that countries and places like that did these sorts of alliances. It's so, if the marriage is going on, not only does it psychologically make you think, okay, in a way we're family, they married together now. Not only is that the psychological aspect, it's if one side doesn't hold up the deal of the other, they have collateral there, which is why Judge mentions that they're using Sanji. Because if Big Mom wants to do something the Germa doesn't like, they can always say, we have Pudding, we can do something shitty to her. But Big Mom doesn't have the same collateral. If Germa wants to do something that Big Mom doesn't like, and she's like, yo, I have Sanji, so you can't do it, they're going to be like, ha, too bad, he may be a prince here, but we don't give a shit about him. So that is pretty much Judge's plan with having Sanji be the one to take the marriage and not any of his other sons. And we kind of got that in a way from the very beginning. But then we have Chopper doing some planning, and above the pot, that version of Carrot is actually a frog that was transformed using Brulee's powers. I saw the ribbiting last week, but I was like, I kind of thought it was just the pot. I was like, maybe it was a frog that was turned into a pot, or a pot with a frog soul, hell if I know. But I just thought since the pot had a funny face, it was just the pot making the noise. So going on from there, Carrot is actually in the attic, and Chopper notes that the strong opponents there, in addition to the 12 weak ones, were Randolph, Brulee, the Noble Croc, and Diesel, who was the train dude that we've seen before. And he kind of reminds me of that one filler character I said in the live reaction, the cart person, the filler guy. So Carrot throws something at Randolph, knocking him over, and then she jumps down, grabs the frog version of herself, some carrot on carrot touching, yes, so much. And she actually kicks the pot over, knocking the boiling water into Brulee, and Brulee is donezo. Then she uses the electrical Luna to shock Randolph and pretty much everybody else, and they are donezo. Chopper uses his brain point in order to escape out of the chains, eats the rumble ball, and goes into monster point in order to suplex Noble Croc, and he is donezo, leaving Diesel the only guy left. So Diesel tries to make a run for it, and when he makes a run for it, Carrot just pretty much completely wrecks him, just jumps on his back, covers his eyes, has him crash into a wall. So pretty quickly boned, all of them. Then now they have control of the mirror world, like I was kind of hoping for and talking about weeks and months ago, honestly, really. That they could use the mirror world to jump into different places and maybe get to Sanji quicker, maybe help everybody communicate, who knows. But I think that them taking over control of the mirror world is really cool. And you noticed as well, when Brulee was taken down, the mirror world kept existing, but her power that transformed the frog was broken and undone. So that's interesting that the mirror world doesn't actually become undone or cease to exist when Brulee faints, which is kind of odd now that I think about it. It's a really interesting devil fruit. So then we have Sanji cooking for Pudding, and Brook takes down all the guards in the treasure room, and then Big Mom busts in, catches him at the poneglyph. We don't really get much there, but we do get some hype built up for Big Mom facing off against Brook, Soul King against person with the power to control souls. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see if her power even can do anything whatsoever with Brook. So she catches him at the poneglyph. Then Tamako confronts Pedro in the courtyard, and apparently Pedro was the captain of the Nox Pirates. Man, I love him, and I hope we get a great backstory for him eventually. We're getting hints here and there, but like I said, I've been expecting a big, sad flashback story for Pedro. So we find out that Pedro and Tamago gave each other the scars on their left eyes, and 5 years ago Big Mom took 50 years away from Pedro's lifespan, so he doesn't have much time left, and he's not really planning to return to Zoe alive. He's planning to die here helping the Straw Hats. So of course I think that he's going to somehow get those 50 years back or something. Like I said before, whenever a character in anime or manga or anything has a soul power, I always feel like everything they do is reversible. I feel like if they take a soul, they can obviously give one back. I feel like if they I don't know, yeah, I feel like it works both ways. So I mean, I feel like whatever damage they do from 2 souls can be repaired by adding souls or something. It just seems that way to me. So there will probably be a way for him to get his 50 years back, I would say. And then at the very end, we see Reiju bleeding badly from her left leg and looking bruised as well. And yep, no idea, no clue what the hell's going on there. If I were to have to make a guess, one of Big Mom's crazy-ass siblings, I know I said possibly Capone before, but that's just really unlikely. Thinking of anybody, I can't think of anybody who'd want to do that or have real reason to do that unless they were just crazy psychopathic and wanted to stop her from doing something. So that makes me think, okay, just one of Big Mom's kids. Not sure which one, but one of them. And I think Pudding is a possibility. I think she could still be evil. Is it looking like she's evil right now? No, I don't think it's looking like she's evil right now. But I could still see it out of Oda. I could still see him doing it. So Pudding could still potentially be evil here and could be the one who did that to Reiju. Hell if any of us know. And we're actually not on break next week, which is pretty incredible because we have been like 4 weeks without a week off now. Oda is like, he's pumping out chapters right now. But chapter as a whole, I loved it. I loved this week's chapter. There was tons of setup and really some awesome, I don't know, there's some awesome parts to the setup. I think we have some really good stuff coming in the future and in the near future because this arc is slated to end in 2017. Of course, that news came out and it seems like everybody made a video on it. So if this is ending in 2017, we are going to be wrapping some stuff up relatively soon. Not super soon, but within the next few months. So, of course, Carrot is freaking best girl, and that's probably why I loved it so much. She took down, except for Noble Croc, she took down all of Brulee's team single-handedly. Such a badass. My waifu, Carrot. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I got. The chapter as a whole, really loved it. I really like the stuff with Pedro and Tamago as well. I'm looking forward to seeing maybe an actual fight out of them. And that's it. So I'm giving this one 8.5 frogs transformed into waifus out of 10. So 8.5 out of 10, and I guess that's about all I got. So thank you so much for watching. Like if you did like this video, and comment down there and tell me what you thought of this week's chapter, what you thought of my thoughts on it. Subscribe for more One Piece, both anime and manga, and a ton of other things as well. And follow on Twitter if you want, and I'll try to keep you updated there on stuff for the channel. That's it. So thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.